In this video, I traveled across the world testing different food businesses, from local street vendors all the way to established food businesses. We are going to see why it's like running a food business in different countries, from startup cost all the way to profit margins. We are starting the video off in Africa and finishing it off in Europe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This message is for Norwegian passengers traveling.
Yep, I'm at the airport right now, as you can see, and the first business we're testing is in Uganda.
Uganda is a small country in East Africa with a population of 47 million, but what makes Uganda unique is 10% of the population start small businesses. The food businesses I'm testing in this video are African street vendors, traditional local food businesses, and fast food. Rolex. This is a popular Ugandan food recognized by the Guinness World Records. It's prepared by combining an egg omelette and vegetables wrapped in a chapati. There's over 200,000 small businesses selling Rolexes in Uganda. Today, we are going to find out how much money these businesses make.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 1 year now.
And how is business here?
Business is moving, but in a hard way, and we have to hustle no matter what.
Yeah, because there's quite a lot of people here.
Yeah.
How do you get your customers, and how many people do you sell chapatis to every day?
It's all about customer care. The more you care about customers, the more you get customers. We can sell.
Okay.
There are days like, for example, Monday. It comes Monday, you work serious. And there are those days like Saturday, they are crunching around, you hustle.
Right,
Yeah.
so on average, how many chapatis do you think you sell a day?
I sell a carton, and a carton comprises of 12 packets,
Right.
and each packet I can make like 60 chapatis. Now I make almost like 120.
Right, so how much money did you start with?
Yeah,
This whole business?
Yeah, we started with 250.
250,000.
Yeah, 200.
How much money do you think this whole operation is worth at the minute?
At the moment,
Yeah.
it is all
Everything,
yeah, it is like 0.5 now.
Have you always been into making food, or did you just end up here because of life?
I'm a graduate, I'm a professional,
Did you?
but
What did you do at uni? What did you study at uni?
Yeah, I'm a counselor. I did
you?
guidance and counseling.
Why
yeah.
did you not try and chase a
Yeah.
career in what you studied, and then you just ended up?
I tried, brother, because I graduated way back in 2010.
Right.
Just imagine from 2010, all that
Yeah.
period, I've been hustling around, trying to do this and that, till when I saw that since I'm a professional, I've been gathering knowledge to make myself
Better.
self-reliant, you get? So I came up with a measure to be self-reliant. I should also start my own business. Why should I be working for someone when I've spent some time at campus, soliciting knowledge, and so that I can make my
Make your own
own.
business.
Yeah, so
So-
I'm very happy that I made my own, and it's moving, brother.
So were you always an entrepreneur, or did you just, because there were no jobs and that's how you ended up here?
After searching, then I ended up with the entrepreneurship idea eventually. Yeah, because I searched, but all the NGOs, all the government, whatever organization, all they were just
And also,
letting me
like,
down.
So,
Yeah.
so do you enjoy this? Like, do you see yourself being here for a
I
longer
enjoy
time?
it because I earn something. A white man says that every day is a new dollar. So if you are making a new dollar every day, then that's life.
Right, so-
and you have to keep on paving, man.
Why is the biggest expense with a business like this?
The expense goes so much on wheat.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the
because-
products that you use when you make it.
yeah. Because it is wheat. It is from wheat that we make the chapas.
Okay.
And when you have the chapas, the eggs shall go, the beans shall go.
So are the eggs cheaper than the wheat?
Eggs are cheaper than the
Eggs are
wheat.
cheaper.
Yeah.
How about electric?
Electricity is not that much.
And then how about rent here? How much do you pay?
Even
here?
rent I can afford because.
And how much is the rent here?
Rent is 55.
How about electric? How much do you spend on electric?
Electricity I give them 25.
25,000
per month.
I want you to walk us through your day. What time do you start and what time do you finish?
We start here at around 6:30 in the morning.
In the morning?
In the morning, and then we finish around 7 in the evening.
So there's so many other locations in Kampala where you would have set up a business like this.
Yeah.
Why did you choose this specific location?
Yeah, I chose this specific location just because KCCA, the Kampala City Capital City Authority, came up with a measure of sending away vendors from the streets. So here I'm working in the building. They they don't tamper with me. And the rest of the areas, they were tampering with us. They could come, chase you away, things get destroyed.
So what's the biggest thing you've ever lost because city council is chasing you away?
Yeah, that machine.
Oh, you've lost that machine
That
before?
machine cost 350.
And they took it?
Yeah, they took it and they plucked out all the wires, and even I lost a freezer.
So when you lost all of these things, what made you feel like I should never give up? I have to go back again? Because usually when a lot of people face things like this, they just want to give up.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to keep going.
The Almighty told us never to lose hope when you are still breathing. So see, if you still got the breath in the lungs, you just have to hustle.
Right,
and then the Almighty paves for you way.
Right,
Yeah.
so with a business like this, are there any sort of like licenses that you need for you to set this up?
Yeah. And if you get your license, you start working in open daylight.
Okay.
But if you're not licensed, you'll be working under the corridor, behind the corridors,
How easy is it for you to get a license for a business like this in Kampala?
When the council came and was chasing for the licenses, we told them to give us ample time. They gave us ample time. We solicited money, and then we had to pay eventually.
So do you end up paying taxes on food here, or is it just?
No. The moment you pay the license, then you start working.
The big thing that people at home want to know is how much money do you usually make on a good day, and then how much do you make on a good month?
Yeah, on a good day I can make around 400.
400,000.
Yeah.
And then on a bad day?
On a bad day I can make around 250,000. Yeah.
And then how much do you reckon you make at the end of the month?
At the end of the month I can make around 3 to 2.5.
This is very good business because
it's very good.
A lot of people in Uganda think the average is like 800,000.
Yeah.
But then the other thing is a lot of people in Uganda consider these kind of jobs as dirty and they don't really want to be associated with this sort of businesses.
Yeah.
But when you actually think about it, the amount of money that you make, you're making way more money than the average. Do you have any plans of taking this to a bigger scale?
Indeed.
What would that be?
When I get also a shop.
You want to get another shop?
I've been in a shop like that shop there.
Right.
When I'm inside, I'm not affected with the sunshine. What? So that is the target I'm looking at. And get even a space where I can sit my people when they come to eat.
Oh, when they come to eat. Because at the minute you just basically do takeaways.
I always do takeaways, and even some come and sit. But those who come and sit are very few. Given the what? The scope. The scope.
So if you had more space, you would then let people sit in the shop.
Indeed, I can even sit around 50 people at once, man. I also be online, start getting orders online, sending orders online.
So do people do food deliveries in Uganda?
They do.
How does it
we have
work?
Jumia, Jumia Foods, they are working.
So because there's no addresses in Uganda, how do people get the food when they order from a business?
That is another problem, by the way. It's not that much clear, but they are working in that situation. Africa is Africa, We only say Africa. If there are things that are not going well, we'll say Africa. That's the African style. But we shall work, inshallah.
Right. Thank you so much for your
You're welcome,
thank you so much
brother. Thanks
your
for coming. God bless. Peace.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
God bless.
Traditional local food businesses. These are businesses selling native food like beef, rice, fufu, peanut, and so much more.
Meet Rebecca, a 42-year-old mother of 4 making a living selling local African traditional food. I've been here for 5 years.
And how's business?
Business is good.
How much money did you have when you started this business?
For me to come to this area, I came as a maid working in a restaurant. Then I saved up some money and started this business.
5 years ago, how much money do you think you had when you started this business?
I started with about 100,000. As you can see, the business doesn't require a lot of capital.
How much money do you make every month from this business?
I'm not so sure, but I think about 250,000, but the expenses are so much.
So what sort of expenses do you have with this business?
In this current season, the price of bananas is high.
Do you have any employees with this business?
Yeah, I do have a few people that help me. As you know, you can't cook all of this food
What
by
time do you
yourself.
start and what time do you finish every day?
I start around 12 p.m. We bring all this food here because we are not allowed to cook it from here, and I
Do
finish
you have
about
any
5
plans to scale
p.m.
this business, or are you happy with how it is right now?
No, I am not comfortable here. I get rained on, as you can see, and as you know, it's illegal to sell from here. But if I had the means, I'd love to own a restaurant.
Where do you get your customers? As you can see, there's plenty of businesses around us.
As you know, you can't tell, but they come from everywhere. Depends on how good your food is. People will always come back or bring their friends. As you can see, my food is good.
How many customers do you serve per day?
I've never counted them, but I think about 30 customers.
Fast food businesses. How many fast food businesses in the US? There's over 200,000 fast food businesses in the US as opposed to only 48,000 in the UK. In this part of the video, we are going to find out the operations behind these businesses, how much money they make and how they manage to stay afloat.
Right, I'm in London right now at Ghost Food Truck, and we are going to meet H, a young entrepreneur that has a very unique story. He started from a food truck and has managed to scale it all the way up to the kitchen behind us. He has a lot of food influencers in the UK rating him highly, so we are going to learn a lot from his story.
Brother, we're at Ghost Food Truck.
My people, it's Ghost Food Truck. I'm located on 159 High Street, IG62AJ.
Right, so I think the biggest question the audience wants to know is, how did you start? What is your story?
Bro, I started documenting me renovating a beat down food truck. I went viral.
The video went viral.
Crazy viral.
That was your foot
that was my foot into the industry.
Yeah. So can you walk us through your food truck days?
Yeah, so like I would renovate it, I'd sweep it up, clean it, get some equipment in there, spend a lot of money in it.
Did you buy the food truck new or did you
I bought it used and
Did
it was messed up.
Yeah.
I'd be real, it was messed up. So I had to clean it up, add some more equipment, make it all like hygiene safe and all that.
And how long did it take you for you to actually set it to a point where now the customer is ready to come and order some food?
It took me a month and a half.
Month and a half?
Yeah. But then within that month and a half, I then realized that I couldn't get a food truck location.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, how did you end up in this kitchen?
I started in a previous kitchen actually, like 10, 15 minutes away.
How much do you spend on renting this now at the minute?
It's definitely less than 2,000.
That's a lot of money. What are like your highest expenses?
So for everyone to understand, maybe in a month, a food business can spend anything between 2,000 to 3,000.
Just on food?
I'm in that number right now.
So would you say 30% of your operating costs go to food, just food alone?
I'd say majority goes to food, then rent as well.
You know, because you talk about renting space, at what point did you think, right, I need to leave the food truck and I need to go rent a kitchen?
Because to be honest with you, bro, getting a food truck in this location is very hard. The council will not give you a location like they would maybe if you're from Birmingham or Tamworth or like Manchester. It's a bit easier down there. Yeah. Here, they're not willing to give the spots like that.
Was the food truck around here?
Yeah. It was literally opposite the shop.
Oh,
I was trying to put it there, but they didn't let me.
How do you get around marketing? I've seen some of your videos where you're doing leaflet drops.
Yeah. So I do leafleting, I do social media marketing, I run off word of mouth. I've got people that spread the word for me as well. I do like ads as well. Not so much anymore because my business like works on word of mouth now.
So can you break down for us what sort of returns come from every kind of marketing?
I'd say 70% of my business comes from social media. 20% comes from leafleting, and 10% comes from word of mouth. To me.
How important do you think social media is for anyone starting this sort of business?
Very important, because I wouldn't be here without social media.
Right, you know, like with entrepreneurs, right? We always jump from business to business. Were you always set on starting a food business from when you were young?
100%.
It
was my goal at like 17, 18. And by 19, 20, I started making moves towards
How old are you now?
21. The reason I sell the food that I sell right now is solely because there is an empty market for this in the local area. No one does steak and chips around there.
So you found a gap in the market?
100%. There's no munch boxes. There's no loaded up food. No one does fresh juices around here.
Because I was going to ask you as well, right? Why Ilford? Like, why this location?
It's deeper than just location. Obviously, I grew up on this high street, so I set myself a goal. I want to open something up on the high street. Like, there's a deeper meaning to this whole business, isn't it?
In terms of growth, right? Are there some things that you regret, like the biggest mistakes you've done that have kind of like hindered your growth and slowed you down a bit?
One big mistake that I've made in the food industry is getting into business with anyone.
Do you see any sort of returns from leaflets when you do a leaflet
100%.
job?
Like, I'll spend £100 on leaflets,
Right.
I'll get that £100 same day.
Right, so we all start from somewhere, right?
Yeah,
What was your first job?
As a chef, as a waiter. So I worked as a chef
Right.
in a local takeaway around here.
So you've never worked in no Tesco, no warehouse, nothing?
Nah, straight kitchens.
Is it?
I might have done a bit of waitering at one point in my life, but that's about it, bro.
At what point did you think, okay, this can turn into something big? This is actually working.
My first month of business, it made me realize that one video from social media can bring you a lot of traction. Yes, my people, so you can find me down below on Instagram, Ghost Food Truck, Snapchat, TikTok and Facebook.
That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comment section. And if you're new here, my name's Yusuf. I'm trying to build a community of like-minded people that enjoy businesses, side hustles, or anything to do with making money. If that sounds like you, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.